right?
Ready or
It's
not.
been a little bit more quiet the last couple of days in the afternoons, and maybe
Right.
the same today.
I'm just gonna keep knocking.
Yeah.
Right, yes, I know.
It's always
because
here.
Such a long stretch until the end of the
Yeah.
season. So, but thankfully, like we've been saying, a below average season expected for us here. So we will, hope that it stays quiet. Got
keep
lucky
everything
last
crossed.
year. Maybe we'll get that again this year. But in terms of weather locally today, yeah, pretty quiet, which is good for everyone kind of getting out the door. The kids' first day of summer camp and everything. They can get outside, run all their energy out. So lots of exciting things as we go into summer break. And this is exciting as well. No tropical development is expected over the next 7 days here in the Atlantic Basin. Of course, I want to give you a quick update on the tropics as we kick off hurricane season today. While the Atlantic Basin is nice and quiet, though, the Pacific is different. And the Pacific Basin is expected to be very active this year. They are expecting a above average season. This little low that's developing here, a 90% chance of development over the next 5 days. That's more than likely going to become Amanda. Of course, they have a separate list of names. And then the National Hurricane Center is anticipating something to develop here just south of San Salvador on the west coast of Mexico and kind of travel along the western side of Mexico. So if you did have any travel plans to Mexico, specifically kind of the southern side here, something you'll definitely want to be watching out for because models have been pretty bullish on something developing. Let's talk about some of the factors that are going into our quiet start to the season. We talked about this to end last week. We have this plume of Saharan dust that's coming off the African coast, and that is going to move into the Caribbean and the Gulf through the week this week. And Saharan dust entrains dry air into anything that tries to develop, and that really limits organization and development. Not only that, we also have a front that's to our north right now, and this is actually going to sink south of Tampa. That's rare for this time of year to have a front actually sink south of I-4. This is going to do it, and what that does is create wind shear. So we have wind shear and some dry air, the two things that tropical systems don't like. That is going to work in our favor as we kick off hurricane season here. High pressure out in the Gulf, and what that's doing is giving us an onshore wind, and you can see all this rain out in the Gulf that's pushing our way. We could have a few coastal morning showers, very similar to the last couple of days. We are nice and dry right now, but we'll be keeping an eye on some of that rain as some of it could impact the later morning commute. What you're really going to notice out the door, it is warm, it is muggy out there. Temperatures are in the 80s closer to the coast. Yeah, it's a nice taste of summer out there. 83 in St. Pete, 83 in Tampa, and in Sarasota, 82 in Newport Richey, upper 70s inland, some mid 70s. You're the cool spot, 76 in Sebring and Wauchula, 78 in Lakeland, 81 in Crystal River. That Gulf temperature is sitting at 84 degrees. Now, with the humidity, it feels more like the 90s in St. Pete. Look at that, feeling like 94. Really important you're staying hydrated, packing plenty of water with you. Make sure the kiddos have plenty of water with them as well, heading to any of their camps that they might have. Let's take you through Futurecast. So that front to our north is going to gradually sink south through the day today. And what that will do is offer us maybe an isolated storm, mainly north of Tampa as we head into the evening. In fact, this model run trending even drier here. But we'll watch for maybe an isolated storm after about 5 p.m. And then as we head into Tuesday, we'll be dry for the morning, mostly cloudy and muggy, and we'll have storms develop for the early afternoon, mainly inland. So we'll have east of I-75, scattered showers and storms develop. Now, could we have a strong storm tomorrow? Yes, if we have storms develop in the heat of the day with all the heat and humidity in place, I do think we could have a storm with some gusty wind, maybe some small hail and heavy downpours, but any kind of organized severe threat stays off on the Atlantic coast. We'll hold on to a chance for showers and storms even through the overnight into Wednesday. So more than likely the roads will be a little wet Wednesday morning. And as we head through the day, Wednesday, that front's going to start to move through, and that will generate more widely scattered showers and storms. So notice here's a look around 4 o'clock, maybe some heavier downpours along the 75 corridor. And then as that front continues to sink south, most of that rain will stay along and south of I-4 through Wednesday evening. And again, we could have an isolated strong storm Wednesday as well, but no organized severe threat as of right now. What that's going to do for us, not only give us measurable rainfall, but briefly, slightly drop our humidity, and anything helps this time of year, and that'll also trend us drier into the weekend. Marine forecast shows moderate chop on the bay, seas 2 feet. You can see on the 7-day forecast here, we'll be mostly dry today with increasing rain chances tomorrow and Wednesday, but then we'll trend mostly dry into this upcoming weekend with highs going back into the low 90s by Saturday.